Good evening and bienvenue, my Rouge Raiders. This is your humble narrator, Diomedes Rouge, here to bring you, well, what if Bell was trained as a Spartan? Oh, yes, this is getting good. I missed this. And that's what this week will be focused on. There will be more videos out, don't you worry. It got a little bit sidetracked earlier due to a lot of rainstorms in the area. Kind of terrible recording weather. But we hit a dry patch and here we are. Now, back to the main event which you all came here for. Now, where we last left off, Bell just got through intimidating, terrifying, and annihilating the forces of a, well, King Minos. And as he's making his way back to his ship to make the long journey back home, he realizes something. The guys have taken everything off of their ship. Oh yeah, his men apparently didn't like the tiny thing. They got a bit tired of it. So they're commandeering one of King Minos' ships. Why? It's bigger. And naturally, better. Should make the trip home all the faster. Especially considering they lost nobody during that whole escapade. As Bell is just going, guys, we don't really have time for it. Calm down, we got this. Jesus, be like, Jace, what do you mean I got this? Don't you worry, sit down, relax. You kind of did a lot there earlier. We got this covered. Be like, but we don't really have, it's okay, boss, we got this. But we, fine. He just, well, cools down and watches the guys transfer a massive, reserve of, food, water, more wine, and everything else on board to the ship. But as they're doing that, what seems to be an elderly man approaches, and naturally they're a bit standoffish, but at the same point in time, they do allow him to pass. One, because it's an elderly man. One, he's not going to pose that much of a threat, hopefully. And two, he's not armed. And three, he's an elderly man. Sparta, they kind of, you learn to respect your elders. Bell's expecting to be chewed out for destroying the port or something else along those lines, but instead the old man gets to him, cloaked over with a, you'll see in a moment, wearing a cloak over his face and everything, saying, "So you're the one that did all of this, huh?" "Me and my men, yes." I see. And you were able to somehow carve through the enemy's armor, yes? It was difficult, not from the way I saw it. The way I saw it, it wasn't that difficult for you at all. It was strenuous. Their bodies were very cumbersome to climb over as we made our way up the steps. Spilling that much blood on the ground made it quite slippery. I imagine. I see. And yet you did that with these hunks of garbage. Excuse me? These hunks of garbage you have, see? Pathetic, made of bronze. As the old man attaches his finger to it and breaks off the blade of, well, a spear that one of the guards was holding. As the rest of them are kind of looking at, wait, what the hell? As Belle gets more curious, going, who are you, old man? Oh, no one special, no one special. Just the smith who made those weapons and armors that you just so handily wrecked through. As everyone suddenly stops. You made those weapons and armor. Well, yes, but it wasn't really my own intention. What do you mean it wasn't your own intention? Well, you see, I came here as a traveling smith. I got too old to keep my position back at home, and I decided I always wanted to travel the world. And I'm a pretty good smith, so it makes me plenty of money doing so. However, these bastards don't really know how to treat people, especially old people. The bed they would ask me to sleep on. Puh! Felt more like a stone slab. Very bad for my bunions. I see. But you still made them weapons and armor. Well, it was either that or try and kill a bunch of armed guards that I unintentionally armed. So yes. You unintentionally armed them. Well, they did buy my goods, and then proceeded to lock me up. And why aren't you locked up now? Well, you killed most of the guards. And I was wondering, well, if you wouldn't mind bringing me from where I am now to wherever you're going, I'll gladly make stuff for you, young man. What do you say? Sounds like a deal to me. As Lander's going, can we really trust him? Yes, we can. How do you know that? He could be an assassin. If he was an assassin, I'm pretty sure we would already be dead. 2, Minos isn't an idiot. Well, correction, he is an idiot. But he's a fearful idiot. An idiot so fearful that right now he believes that I wouldn't. That as long as he stays out of trouble, that I won't come after him again. An idiot who believes that I'm a worse threat to him than anything else around and that I can't be stopped. Do you believe that? Oh, gods, no. No. I know I can be stopped. I'm still human. Are you sure about that? Mostly. Yes, I'm sure about that. Alright, I trust you. Alright. Yeah, you heard him, guys. Get everything ready for the old timer. Right up. As well, they go off and make some room for the old timer. Says, mind if I have your name, sir? So the group doesn't keep calling you old timer. Right. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Cuchulainn. Cuchulainn Ragnar. As he pulls down his hood. I've gotten a bit paler in my times, but I was a former king. I was a former king of the Dark Elves. Say what now? Oh, yes. My grandson's currently in charge of them now. I don't have to worry about it anymore. I can do what I fucking want. A former king wanting to explore the world. Yeah. Sure, old man. I'll believe that. Oh, you're to help me, eh? No, old timer, no. I just think you've gone a little senile in your old age. I'll show you, you young whippersnapper. Anyways, he starts reaching on that cane and pulling himself up the boat. As he does so, they finally take off back to Sparta. And this is where we're going to have some fun. Why? Simple. A brief time skip. And I'm going to give you some information. Yes, exposition time. After, well, after Bell and his group have gotten back and properly gotten themselves fortified and rested, and everyone's had a chance to actually, relax, his father comes in and tells them, "You're now going to be made a company. An official company. An official company with a mission, goal, and men." Obviously, they ask what the mission and goal is, and, well, Leonidas tells them real quick and in a hurry, that it's obey my orders and be my shield. What do you mean by that? They would ask. They respond with, and Bell responds with, and he says, simple. You're going to be the shield of Sparta. Its guardian, its protector, its last line of defense. And it's non-negotiable. Set up your banners and get everything prepared, as he has now been given a set of land in which a barracks in which he has full access to. He and his men have complete run over, and where he is now training his forces. Over the 6 months' time, Cuchulainn proves to be invaluable as an asset, making and creating armors that are, quite plainly put, outlandish, as Bell researches more and more and works in conjunction with Cuchulainn to craft new ideas for weaponry and designs, as now he has made his silver dragons. And now he has gotten to where he is setting his banner high. By the way, that is his banner. Pretty decent, don't you think? It's what I'll be opening with from now on. Oh yes. However, during that 6 months' time, it is not all fun and games. Not in the slightest. He keeps his men trained and honed, as he has to earn the respect of these fighting men. He has to earn every ounce of ground he is given. For these are Spartans, and each one of the men in his company are at least 5 years his senior, and at most 15 to 20 years his senior. So yes, he has quite a lot to do and quite a few impressions to make, even more so than he already had, as during that 6 months' time, he earns respect, not only by completing his tasks, but training his forces to be beyond compare. as he finally gets them properly outfitted. Allow me to go through. The first group we come across is Jace of the Dragon's Claws. Meant to be quick, agile, and effective. The logistics core of Bel's army. Designed to bring supplies from one point to another and help fortify positions. Truly invaluable. Jace leads them. And, well, he picked out the armor set. The Pegasus on the shield helps because it is, well, from his hometown. A supposed legend that they had. And he believes it'll help him be as swift and maneuverable as he is meant to be. Xander of the Iron Scales. Meant to hold and fortify any position. The super heavy infantry of Bel's, well, company. Meant to be a staunch defender and hold down any position that they are told, and not relent no matter what foe comes their way. No matter what attrition, no matter what danger, no matter what beast falls upon them, the dragon's scales shall never shatter, nor shall they ever be pierced. Lander of the Black Flame, Oh yes. Just as Xander is the guardian, Lander is the lion, charging forward into battle recklessly without any care for, well, injury. Just like a dragon letting loose its breath, so too does Lander charge into the fray with his company, foregoing the sword in exchange for another spear to hurl into their opponents before charging and slamming them down with their shields and lighter, more mobile armor. Specially made and reinforced, colored to suit the need. As you all recognize him, Bel, the head of the dragon. Powerful and staunch in its defense, leading the standard heavy infantry that make up the majority of the battalion, or company for now, my apologies, minor spoilers, making up the majority of the company, guarding and protecting against, well, any form of perceived weakness. He wears a more traditional Spartan armor, so that way his men always remember that he is still a man, maybe their leader, but still a man, and a man that will fight alongside them no matter what. And then Basil of the Bloody Wings. They forewent their heavier, more powerful shields in exchange for a more durable and thicker cape to protect them from projectiles. For the wings of the dragon spread wide, and so too does and so does the powerful gusts of wind that pierce through the bodies whenever it moves. So does the dragon's wings beat, so shall their arrows rain down, piercing through the armor of anyone or anything that dare stand in the great dragon's way. Each one of these, every single one of them have been chosen to lead, well, a specialized group, obviously. And as such, they make up the Pale Dragon. The Pale Dragon's Company. And soon, the games will begin. Quite literally, the Olympic Games are about to begin. As now we cut back into actual time. Bell and his team are, well, sitting around the table thinking of how to best fortify the city now that they've gotten, well, most everything properly covered, as Bell is thinking of, well, probably trying to hire some outside wizards or mages to become part of his company. As without them, it would be rather difficult to face off against any enemy forces that, well, use magics. As his doors are suddenly barged into, as, well, King Leonidas barges in. As Bell stands up quickly to meet his father, going, "What's wrong? Why do you come unannounced, father? Not that I mind, but relax. I need your help." "My help?" "Yes, and a bit of a reward for you." "Reward?" "Yes, an honor, if you will. You see, the Greeks have finally acknowledged our existence and wish to allow us finally to participate in the games." "But didn't we get kicked out of the games considering we always win them?" For the most part, yes. "So they're more than likely going to cheat, yes. So I need one of my ringers in there just in case, yes." "You're basically cheating, aren't you?" "No, no, 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 no. It's not called cheating. It's called making a proper bet." "Father." "Yes. I like your style, I'm in." "That's my boy." As they shake hands, and everyone else at the table is going, "Really? Are you sure you want to? Are you I mean, we do have a lot on our plate," as Bell turns around and says, "Relax, relax. This is meant to be a joyous occasion. We're all gotta have fun. Besides, we could all use a bit of a breather, wouldn't you say? Especially you, Cuhullin. I don't know how your old bones can keep handling all this work." Cuhullin just goes, "I'll be fine, you young whippersnapper. I'm fine." "Can someone wake him up from his nap?" Like, "I'm not doing it. Last time I did, I got hit in the head with that damn cane of his. Hurt like hell for a week." It's like, "Lander, I didn't know you had something inside that noggin to hurt." "Oh, yes, just like how you're I'm sorry, boss. I forgot. I'm missing the head, so therefore you must be missing the heart." So, oh, and they say you can't, and you say you didn't learn any poetry. That was quite beautiful, wouldn't you say, Xander? "Why, indeed. I had no idea my brother was so elegant in his words. Bite me, the both of you." As he flips them off, he's like, "This is gonna be a long week," Leonidas states while rubbing his forehead. As now, they begin to make travel arrangements. Sorry about that. They begin to make travel arrangements. Going straight, well, where else? Greece. The capital of, well, Athens. to the capital city of Athens in Greece. Sorry, had a brain fart there. As they enter in and get everything registered and relax as Leonidas brings forth his company of soldiers and, well, Bell brings in his company as well. Both standing at 600, well, both companies standing at 300 strong. But you can tell quite easily whose is whose based on the choice of attire. One looks as if they are standard Spartans, while the other, it looks like several different Spartan-esque war bands have gathered together as the Athenians begin to go, what the hell is going on? As they all begin to see the banner draped across the backs of every one of them, a scarlet red cloak, wielding, emblazed with the skull of a silver dragon, of a dragon painted in, well, pale white and trimmed with silver. Oh boy, do all of them start getting a bit nervous. Why? Because the pale dragons have kind of made a name for themselves. The pale dragons, whose names started off as whispers from the Amazonians to Oreo, and back around through, well, most of the ports that they would visit, about a brave man who had the soul of a dragon, who may look on as flesh on the surface, but inside was a wild beast that couldn't be tamed. Granted, the stories that they told were a bit, how should we say, word of mouth has a tendency to go out of hand, as most people would say. Exaggerated would be an understatement. As tales got to the point to where it said in one day he fought and beat 100 Amazonians and then took them into his bedchambers for the night of rambunctious fun. As Bell gets a load of this rumor, he suddenly begins to turn ice cold as he goes, "That's not what happened." As Lander says, "Might as well be." "Shut up, you crazy bastard." It's like, sure thing, boss. Mr. 100, Mr. One-Man Army. Be like, "I'm gonna kick your ass later." It's like, as Lander just chuckles and Basil is going, "Oh boy, we started a complete rumor and now our boss is viewed as a sex fiend. This is not good." Oh well, I've signed up with worse. As the games commence, you know the drill. Long distance running, followed up by shot puts, jumping, javelin throwing, the whole 9 yards. Tests of strength and agility all around the corner as it begins to get quite odd as Sparta is taking first and second place in a lot of these, but so is Athens. As Leonidas just chuckles, saying, "Yep, I thought as much. What? They're champions. Don't you see them?" "Yes, they look dark-skinned, darker than ours." Don't get me wrong, looks nice, but here's the problem. What? You don't like the way they look? No, I like the way they look just fine. I don't like the fact that they're working for the enemy. Those are sons of the Amazonians. What now? I thought, what, you thought Amazonians could only give birth to women? How do you think they would survive as a tribe? To be fair, that makes sense. No, they just have a high female birth count. There are males that work for them and with them, and are trained in similar ways. However, they're more reserved, kept away from the spotlight. As most of their culture talks about warrior women. It's a good way to bring in masses among hidden soldiers, wouldn't you say? If they're anything like standard Amazonians, this is going to be quite the fun time. Indeed. Your match will be up in a couple of rounds. You should, well, get some rest. As this is about day 4 into this. As he said, sure thing. As he gets down into the changing area and begins to get everything, well, put on, taken off. Can't really wear armor and such as you're going into a pancration fight. Now some of you may be wondering, what the hell is pancration? Pancration is a type of, well, Greco-Romanesque boxing. The predecessor of boxing. It is brutal, bloody, violent, and Spartans made it, which was then adopted by the Greeks, and they added it into their, well, tournaments, their Olympics. However, they kinda kicked the Spartans out for, being too damn good at the sport that they made. It's almost as if there was a clue there. And by the way, that's actually reality. But nonetheless, as Bell gets his wraps on and is getting stretched out properly, he gets a knock on his door. He says, "What is it? I'm busy." Bell? Huh? As he doesn't recognize the female voice as he goes to it, opens the door, and he says, "Wait a minute. I know you." As the woman that's standing in front of him is, well, Analia. The girl he saved from the dungeon way, way back. The fiery redhead who, well, was kidnapped by the necromancer. He says, "I know you. I know you. Who are you?" It's me, Analia. You saved me you saved me over a year ago. I'm a lot better now. I just wanted to say thank you. Oh, there's no need to thank me. It's just our duty. No, you didn't have to go that far for me. I know what happened. Or rather, I was told. And you all were so brave and everything. It just... If there's anything I could ever do, please help me. Please let me know. I can gladly help you. So, no, I apologize, but I don't think there'll be anything you can do for me. A frail woman such as yourself should not worry yourself with such things. Frail? Well, yes, you seem to be on the frailer side. Or at least, you seem to be of meek constitution. No. It's just I'm nervous talking with you. I've gotten a lot stronger since then. Oh, really? Throw a punch. What? He holds up the palm of his hand. Hit my hand as hard as you can. I don't think I should. Hit my hand as hard as you can. I really don't. If you want me to be able to, if you say you want me to rely on you, you have to prove me your strength. Unless you are lying to me. Upon that, he sees an immediate change in her face. Her eyes somewhat narrow as somewhat of a very dark blue aura begins to resonate around her. As in his mind he thinks, oh shit. He's done goofed. As she pulls her hand back, twists, locks it in place, and you can see this energy forming around her hand as she launches it forward, and he is just barely able to take his hand out the way before kaboom! As he turns around and, well, you can see got quite the breeze underneath his arm from that, but in addition to that, his waiting room is now a wreck. As Belle just goes and looks at her like, okay, I'm glad to have you on my team. What? Yes, I will gladly accept you into my army. Like, wait. Army? Yes, you have a lot of potential. But make sure you have your stuff packed and ready to go as the games end. So, what? Well, as he hears the gong, he says, well, it's time for my leave. I gotta get ready for the fight. I gotta go to the fight. Be like, wait, what? What? As he is gone, and she's just left stunned. Like, did that really just happen? Did that really just happen? As Belle is going, that was fucking close. I nearly lost my damn arm there. If that would have connected. Oh no. I don't know what she did, but I need her on our side. No need for that type of weapon to be over here, especially if they can't properly utilize her. As he gets into the ring and comes across a dark-haired man. Now note, none of these men are wearing armor inside this ring. There are no weapons inside this ring. There is nothing but sand and them. As they have to fight tooth and nail, fist against fist, body against body, wailing and beating on each other until one submits or is rendered unconscious or possibly even dies. Yes, this is a knockdown, drag-out fight. And there are no weapons allowed. However, the thing that Belle doesn't know is that the man he's facing is an adventurer. Oh yes, he is quite outstandingly an adventurer, and a level 2 one at that. He may not know it, but the king in the stands certainly does. And he's laughing, knowing that he's made his bet well. As the dark-haired man doesn't move and leaves himself wide open to Belle's assault. As Belle crouches down, putting his fists up in front of him, waiting. They eye each other for 10, 20, 30 seconds. They look dead at each other, unmoving and unflinching. as the crowd gets restless and begins to look onward, as someone finally says, "Oh, come on, will you fight already?" And upon him saying that, Bell lunges. He lurches forward like a wild beast, except it's all concentrated. He's aiming straight for that solar plexus. He's running in as fast as his human body can bring him, and it misses. As soon as he goes to throw that punch, to go into that heavy right, thrusting his arm forward like he would a spear, the man turns. He turns on his heel, as quick and as agile as a cheetah. And Bell watches, seemingly in slow motion, as he sees this man just smile and then raise his leg up, kicking Bell straight in the gut. At least that was the plan. But Bell is a Spartan, and a Spartan never leaves his gut unprotected. As he launches his leg forward to kick Bell in the gut, that left arm blocks it, absorbing the impact straight into that forearm. He feels the bones begin to crack under the pressure. But that doesn't stop Bell from taking his elbow and driving it into the knee of this man, slamming it down hard. And it hurts. Oh, it hurts, as the man is forced to back away, jumping back as Bell has to recover, gripping his arm. That was a good hit. Same to you. Pardon me one moment, folks. As Bell recoils and stands up straight. That was a good hit. Mind telling me your name? So that way I can properly remember it after I kick your ass. The dark-haired man smiles and just gets into a proper combat stance. You're the first person to ever block and counter like that. Not bad. I'll give you the privilege before I wipe this entire minor arena with your blood. Horus. 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 Remember it. As he says that, Bell is able to perceive small sparks of electricity flowing off of him as he goes, "What the?" And in an instant, the man lunges, charging at him faster than he can even perceive, as the crowd goes wild, seeing this dust cloud erupt behind the man, as he slams his fist into Bell over and over again, shoving him farther and farther back, knocking him 2, 3 feet back with each hit, slamming him into that wall as he is forced to take and absorb this barrage, this bombardment of pure power and strength that is overwhelming him. As Bell begins to smile, really feeling some blood flowing, as he's coughing up blood, feeling his bones crack and break under pressure, realizing he has internal injuries, feeling pain surrounding him and his body going numb. He just laughs as he slams his arms down on the sides, lunging his head forward, straight into Horus's skull, knocking him back a good 2 feet, stunning him as Bell launches forward, bashing his hand into his solar plexus of this man, hitting him as hard as he can, just for Horus to smile and grab Bell by his white hair. "Didn't I tell you? I'm going to wipe this stadium in your blood. I'm gonna give it a nice bath, as that's what I was paid to do. As he flings him into another wall, cracking his knuckles and examining his head. It's bloodied, but it wasn't the blood of Bell. It was his own. He goes, huh, good thing they aren't adventurers. Oreo would really be in trouble if these monsters were let loose there. Oh well. He's a standard human and I'll put him down as such. It's a shame. He does have quite some spunk as he turns to look at Bell, who is standing right back up, not missing a beat, blood dripping from his mouth, as he is smiling, wide and crazy-eyed, looking dead at Oros, as he gets back into a stance as the Athenian king looks at Leonidas going, "Aren't you going to stop him? That's your prince, after all." "Nope. No, not at all." "What, are you saying you're willing to sacrifice an heir to your throne? Is he that much of a disappointment?" "Nope. He would kill me if I did that." "He would kill you?" "Oh, yes. If I interrupted a fight in which he was having the time of his life in, I would be dead by next week." The time of his life, he's getting the crap beating out of him. Look at him, and look close. As the king pulls out a set of minor looking glasses and looks down upon Bell, seeing a crazed smile like that of a wild animal, says, "What the hell's... That's what I'm talking about. If I were to interrupt him while he's having fun, I'd be dead by next morning." Not even a joke. I doubt I'd even make it to that long. So you might want to sit back and enjoy the show, because if I'm not mistaken, in about 5, 4, 3, 2, as he gets to 1, a roar erupts from the stadium that is beginning to make everyone feel queasy and terrified, as Bell has kind of, well, lost it. His smile gets wider as his bones and muscles begin to, as his bones pop and creak, and his muscles begin to bulge, and the blood vessels begin to be easily seen, popping off, and, almost right through the skin. As Oros is looking at this going, "What the hell? What are you?" As Bell looks dead back at him. "I'm a dragon." And he launches. Faster than even Oros can calculate or even perceive. Going, "What the hell?" Slamming dead center into his chest with his shoulder. Straight up, shoulder bashes him 20 feet into the wall as Bell launches again, slamming his hand onto Oros's head, smashing it constantly into the wall, non-stop, creating a bloody mess behind it as he tosses him back into the air, letting him fall and land, knocking the air out of his lungs. "What has this maced?" As he rolls over, trying to get into a good defensive posture, as Bell just looks at him, wide-eyed, big-grinned, and just begins to walk, keeping his arms completely off to his side. As Xander and Lander are going, "Told y'all, pay it up," as Basil and Jace kind of hand over $20, stating, "How did you know he was gonna get like that? How'd you know he was gonna do the whole roar thing and all that?" He's like, Did you really not know what he was doing?" "What do you mean?" "This is Bell. He was told to make a show of it. Let the Athenians think they're gonna win. Let the Athenians beat 'em around a little bit. Mainly to drive up the wages, the bets. As soon as his father gave him that look, he unleashed hell." "You mean they had this plan from the start?" "Well, I doubted the whole, well, to be fair, only half of it's required." "What do you mean?" "We didn't think he'd go that far. This far." "This far?" "Oh yeah, he's actually legitimately trying. He's not, fake trying. He's not doing this to put on a show. He is legitimately enjoying himself right now. This guy must actually be a threat." As the poor Oro stands up and just goes straight at him, not even caring about the rules or anything of this nature. Electrical magic flying off of him as he slams into Bell over and over, hitting his chest, causing scorch marks and electricity to go flying off of him, outside the back of him and everything. Each hit makes it sound like thunder and, well, the best way I could put it is a mixture of thunder and the sound a slab of beef makes when it's dropped on the floor. A solid, wet slap. But Bell just looks at him, keeping his arms wide open as he grins and bears it, until the man slowly begins to look at his face in shock as Bell reacts, bringing his arms forward with increased speed, slapping both sides of his head at the same time. Oros is dazed. Bell just busted his eardrums. As soon as he did that, Bell grabs him, picks him up, and begins to slam him on the ground, straight on top of him, and begins laying into him punch after punch after punch, shattering this poor man as steam begins to radiate off of Bell. And I do mean steam, as his pale skin is seen seething red in heat, as when he finally stops, with the body of poor Oros barely still alive, gasping and clinging, Bell just goes, "That was my bad. I got a little bit too into it there." As the match has been called off a bit beforehand. Poor Bell didn't even hear the bell. He was having too much fun, and almost got disqualified, which would have gave Athens the win. But if it's one thing Bell doesn't like doing, it's losing, especially to himself. So he takes a deep breath, and I do mean a deep one. And they see his skin begin to turn back to its normal shade. As when he exhales, they see a cloud of steam begin to grow in the air, almost as if he's breathing fire himself, or rather that he was seething with flaming energy and just let off the steam he was going to loose. As he walks off and gets bandaged up. Oros was a level 2 adventurer after all. He broke a few bones, bruised a few internals, and hurt like a bastard. But he's no match for the pale dragon of Sparta. As they're getting ready to leave, having gotten their earnings, enough so to where they've had to get 3 extra carts to carry it all, that they gladly bought with the same winnings that they just received, and still had more than enough left over to fill said carts. Bell says, hold on a moment, as he has to go gather someone. His father says, what? As Bell comes back with a woman in tow, as Lander and Xander are both going, when the hell? And Basil is going, no, it can't be. That's the woman we saved. Really? Yeah? Don't you remember the bright red hair? You should remember that hair anywhere. It's like, oh, fair point, but still. As when Bell finally gets closer, Leonidas says, what, are you asking my permission for marriage now that you won the tournament? I wouldn't ask you for any sort of permission. I marry who I want. But this one is not for marriage. She's a strong component. Strong. She utilizes magics, and uses them to enhance her own power. Let's just put it this way. If I would have underestimated her earlier, I would have gone into that fight one less arm. I see. And what do you intend on doing with her? Nothing that she does not wish. All I asked is she said she wished to help me. And to help me, I think the best thing to do would be to have her become part of my pale dragons. That's a mighty big ask. Yes, but I'm a mighty big man. You're shorter than I am. Yes, but I have more power than you. You little shit. You big shit. Fine. What do you say, miss? I'm good. Let's go. Let's go. As she gets in and they all head back to Sparta. And now we skip another couple weeks as Analea of the Shimmering Tail has taken to her role. She will be in charge of recruiting and amassing an army of warrior mages to assist. And as for Bell has been given permission. No, has been granted the honor of making his battalion, increasing his barracks and his influence. And with this, true notoriety now comes down on his shoulders. True burdens. As he is now a leader of over 1,000 strong, 1,500 to be exact. And he leads them with pride. He has the standard men armored and outfitted with, well, standard equipment that has been forged by Cuchulainn himself. As, oh yes, quite a few people come to buy arms, specially from the Pale Dragons. Even Leonidas' father from time to time. As Cuchulainn tells him, you know,
Sorry about that. Takes me a while to get into the accent. You know, my grandson Hogney would really like you.
He would?
Yes. Hogney is, well, special.
Special?
Ever since he was younger, he's been a bit of a pansy.
Hmm? So you're saying he would like me?
Well, in a retrospect, he has that side to him. However, he also has another side to him that's quite fucking terrifying. It's like someone flips over a coin, turns into a complete little monster. I love it. Oh, but yes, he has excellent martial prowess. The only thing second to that with him is his magics. Only thing I wish he would do is practice a bit of defense. He's gonna get himself killed one day if he doesn't.
I see. And how is your grandson doing?
I have no freaking clue. It's been what? Since he was like knee-high to a grasshopper last time I saw him.
Knee-high to a grasshopper? You have some strange sayings, old man.
It's like, you pick a few things up here and there traveling amongst your human worlds. Well, places and everything. Towns and civilizations around you people. It's quite baffling. Everyone arguing and bickering.
Are you saying there's no arguing and bickering amongst elves?
Oh, yes there is, but usually about things that matter. Like, what type of artwork best hangs in a museum, or which is better, a long sword or a curved sword? Or, which is better? I can't say that.
Wait, what?
I can't say that.
Why?
Monetization.
What?
Nothing. Anyways, now, where was I? Right. Well, yes, we bicker over a few things, but the only people we really have a problem with is the White Elves.
The White Elves.
No, Light Elves.
Light Elves?
Same thing.
What?
Bunch of pompous bastards. Every one of them. Always so high and mighty on themselves. We know how to do things properly. We are intellectuals. Blah, 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 blah. Get your destructive magics out of here. They have no idea what they're doing. Just a bunch of ingrates. Oh well, I'm sure my grandson's king by now. They're doomed.
You have a lot of faith in your grandson.
Don't get me wrong, he's an excellent fighter. Terrible leader. I hope he has good advisors.
Okay. Any particular reason why you went off on this tangent, old man?
I'm lonely.
You're lonely.
Yep. I think it's nearly time I gave up the ghost.
Gave up the ghost?
Time I nearly died, you dumb shit. I'm getting old. Older than even most elves. Every time I cough, I'm afraid it's gonna be either dust or a liver, or possibly the dust of a liver.
I see.
But before I do, I think I'm gonna make the best suit of armor and weapons I can.
Uh-huh. And then what?
Give 'em to you, you dummy.
Give him to me. Why me? Why not your grandson?
I already made him a weapon. And the son of a bitch knows how to use it.
Why did you insult his mother?
I don't know, really. Shut up.
Old man, you really need a rest.
Yeah, I'll rest when I'm dead. Don't worry, give me about 10 days. That may happen. Now, where was I? Right. I believe you should wear it.
Me wear it? Why would you want me to wear it?
Well, you showed me some good times around here. This is the liveliest I've ever had, and this is the liveliest experience I've had in years. And for once, your people know how to treat a freaking old-timer. You know how soft that fucking bed is? You know how soft that is?
It's made of silk.
Silk! Oh my god! It feels fantastic! Oh, man. So relaxing. It's like you're getting a massage every time you lay down in it. Which really helps the old bones. Thank you all a lot.
That's really it, just because of a bed?
Bed, good food, women.
Wait, women. What have you been doing, old timer?
Nothing, nothing.
Old timer?
What? Just because I'm old, I ain't dead yet.
Oh, don't make me kill you.
Just wait 10 days.
Why do you keep saying 10 days? You're really dying in 10 days?
No, maybe, I don't know. You can't predict the future. All I do know is I'm on my last few. And I want to make sure there's something left when I'm gone.
You have a grandson!
Yes, I do. But something that matters outside of my place. I did plenty of things growing old there. I made policies. I brought up an army. I trained an army. I fought the army. I fought other armies. I did a lot of fighting with armies. Oh, God. What have I become? Anyways. Every time, I just want to get back to my hobby, which was smithing. And after my wife passed on, and after I retired, you know, might as well give someone something. Might as well go somewhere. So, I left. And I came here after a long traveling, as you well know.
Yes, old man, I know some of your history.
Well, as I said, justly looking forward to it. Oh, and by the way, if you don't wear it, I'll curse you from beyond the grave and make it to where you won't get a nice piece of, won't get any type of drink ever in your life.
Wait, what? I need... What do you mean, any type of drink?
I'll down all your booze. Every alcohol cabinet you have from here on out will have me as a ghost.
I don't drink that much booze.
You will with me around. I'll build up a tab.
You make no sense, old man.
Hey.
As he walks off, despite the sheer fact he's a brilliant bastard, I swear, sometimes he's just too damn much for his own good. Oh well. As Xander and Lander walk in. Hey, you're gonna want to see this. What is it? Well, some messenger came in with a bunch of people. Messenger? Yeah. Needless to say, the messenger demanded tribute. He demanded tribute. Yeah. What type of tribute? Did we owe him something? He said he was a messenger of a god king named Xerxes. A god king named Xerxes. A god king. Does he realize how ridiculous that sounds? No, he doesn't. The god king Xerxes demands a tribute of earth and water. And, your father, he's about to answer him. Oh, this I've got to see. What's the tribute for? Basically, Sparta's surrender. Oh, no. Oh, no, no, no. Dad ain't gonna have that. Where's the balcony? What? I need to see this. the balcony as he gets up onto the high point of his tower and is able to see and look down at the oncoming. Well, as you could probably tell, this is madness, the messenger states. Madness? No. No, 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 no. See, madness was you walking into my city, my kingdom, demanding tribute. This isn't madness. This isn't madness at all. This is Sparta! And just like that, the kick is launched, sending the poor, poor Persian messenger down into the pit, as the other members of his entourage are brought forward and thrown along with it as well, as Bell just goes, yeah, serves him right, never ask for Sparta's surrender. You aren't worried about this. Oh no, I am extremely worried, because, as you well know, there's a certain festival coming around the corner, and Spartans can't wage war on that festival. So you think, if they know anything about it, we're screwed. But, and there's a big but, we will fortify the city if we need to, and over the next few days we will make sure it is properly guarded and defended. Worst to worst, they may have a siege. And, well, we are its protectors. You don't think your dad would do something stupid? What? You mean like take 300 men and go and meet a horde of possible unknown numbers of enemies? What? My dad isn't stupid. You sure about that? You are related to him, and you seem to have a lot. You seem to act. You want to say that again there, Lander? Nope, nothing. Didn't say anything. You're right. Your dad is very smart. He would never do something along those lines. That's what I thought. Anyways, nothing should come too badly of this. I mean, it's nowhere near as bad as the time my dad sent a letter back to a guy wanting to declare war on us. What did he say in the letter? Oh, simple. It said, if you don't show me proper respect, I will march down to there. I will bring my armies marching down into Sparta and raze it to the ground. He says, Dad got a big scroll, unrolled it all the way to the back. How big of a scroll? 15 foot. He got a scroll that stretched that far, and he brought it all the way to the back. He wanted to make his point. Basically, the guy made Dad waste his time looking through that, so Dad's going to waste his time having to search through it. And he said, if you come to Sparta, please do come and try it. And then he rolled it right up and sent it with a messenger. What happened after that? Nothing. Nothing. What do you mean nothing? Guy never wrote back, nor did he ever come down here. It was quite awkward. Quite awkward indeed. As that was also another historic event that happened in actuality, but not with Leonidas. Anyways, so I think we work triple time to fortify the standard defenses, possibly getting up more food and supplies, increase watch retinues, and things should be back to somewhat normalcy. Alright, if you say so. I do. After all, I'm Sparta's pale dragon. And that will be the end of this part of What If Bell Was a Spartan. However, I will mention this. I will be making more videos. However, I've noticed a lot of you people asking for different parts for different possibility series. And so I'll do this. If you want me to, say, at the end of a week, make a video on another series, on one of the possibility series on my playlists that I have available, pick out one from the playlist and list it in the comment below. If you'll... And depending on which one has more says and stuff, well, I'll look through it and gladly do a video on it. A part 2. And we can continue that throughout the rest of the weeks, giving me something else to also focus on, as well as giving you guys a bit more detail and meat on the meal that y'all would like. This is your humble narrator, Diomedes Rouge, signing off, my lovely Rouge Raiders.